Hey everyone, it's me, Daniel of the DT Channel Studios. so, uh, I I want to at least just discuss this news with all of you guys. What basically just happened from yesterday? When it came to like the Puppets of On podcast episode 3 with the very important then guest star appearance onto the whole thing, and I am hoping to hopefully explain to all of you guys what basically just happened from yesterday. Day for sure, but other than that, the only thing I wanted to ask you guys is please try to understand what I'm gonna try to say to you guys, but also, so please make sure that you read the rules. This in the description box. This down below, and also. Uh, and also try not to break the rules. Uh, uh, it's okay. Uh, so with that out of the way, I want to at least just discuss about what basically just happened with the Puppets of On podcast episode 3, the Puppet Trilogy film, with a very special guest star here. So I was using, I was basically using seeing this one particular streaming being application app that I was basically trying to use to do like a nice good podcast stream here and there, there, and apparently the one that I was using was called the Streamlabs, and apparently while I was trying to like do this almost like a minute to like maybe like an hour for a podcast just to like discuss about like anything in puppet media, when it comes to like films and stuff like that. And sure enough, one person was basically watching this. This one, maybe two people were watching this, and basically one person pointed out that my own the guest star was unable to hear, and apparently they also pointed out that my guest star was like in a whisper kind of a way, so I wasn't sure what the heck was going on, and that my guest was literally so freaking close to the mic right now, so it should be loud and clear here. So, but unfortunately, I don't even know what the heck was going on right now. So other than that, I basically had to like end the stream right now, and I kid you not right now, but I basically just deleted the podcast. This for sure. I basically and absolutely just deleted the thing right now, and I know it pains me to say this right now. No, but I think there was a lot of technical difficulties when it came to the like the whole podcast and this and the streaming app that I was using to make like a nice good podcast here and there. And for one of my guests to try to say something towards me and to the audience member, and so far the audience member couldn't quite hear what the person was saying. It was it was a major disappointment, man. Man, mind you that it wasn't like the guest star's fault. It was nobody's fault right now, but it was due to like the streaming application that I was using to basically try to do a live stream and try to do a podcast on. There was a was a major disappointment. So I basically told my friends about this, uh, and I try to make sure to let them understand why I think the streaming application was totally was totally not working well. It was totally being absolutely wonky here and there, and I just so So to basically come to the conclusion, I'm basically gonna I'm basically and absolutely just gonna take a break from doing the Puppets of On podcast. I'm just gonna t- I'm just gonna let you guys know that I'm basically gonna try to take a break from the Puppets of On podcast for right now, because in all honesty, I just feel like I just don't want to take another risk of like like try to do another the re take on that. But if I do plan to like try to bring back the Puppets of Fun podcast, this background, no, then hopefully it'll be a lot more better and a lot less technical difficulty going on. But other than that, I'm gonna basically switch to a different streaming app. That'll be less technical difficulty and a lot more better there when it comes to like doing a proper podcast cast here. But but yeah, no. But as of right now, I'm basically gonna try to take a break from the Puppets of On podcast for right now. No, I'm sorry, really to disappoint a lot of you people that you definitely and absolutely wanted to see a little bit more of the Puppet podcast, and especially when it comes to seeing some brand new people to be the guest star on the podcast here and there and stuff like that. But due to like the streaming app, the application that I had been using, being all uh, just having a lot of technical difficulty, we're be trying to use it on a computer monitor, or try to do this on a laptop or anything else like that. Uh, Honestly, I don't know, but it just feels like the streaming application or the streaming app that I've been using to do most of my streaming on Streamlabs has just been not been very good lately. There was some good, but then other times it feels like it's just slowly just not doing so well, and it was and and honestly, it was just kind of disappointing for me. So again, I do apologize for basically deleting episode 3 of the Puppets of On podcast. I do apologize to everyone who missed the opportunity of basically watching it. Yeah, but unfortunately, due to like the amount of technical difficulties that's been happening, and for most, if not all, the people who try to hear between me and my special guest, just to be hearing what we had to talk about and stuff like that right now. I definitely and absolutely feel like that. I'm basically gonna take a break from the Puppets of On podcast. This if I'm literally and absolutely gonna have to be honest with you guys. Like, even though I had a lot of fun discussing about doing like a lot of movie review this and talk about puppetry and a lot of entertainment media for like film, television, video games, this and sometimes this and animations and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's just that when you try to do a live stream and try to stream it on a application or a streaming app that you've been using, since sometimes it can work, but other times it can be a little bit but other times there's a lot of technical difficulties that's been going on lately. So I wanted to at least just give you guys a bit of a heads up to what's going on. No, no, for sure. Yeah, and just to let you guys just know that I'm basically gonna try to like take a break from doing any of the I'm gonna basically just trying to take a break from the Puppets of Fun podcast for right now. You know, mind you, like the whole podcast is not gonna be canceled. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna say this right now, like the whole Puppets of Fun podcast is not going to be canceled, so it's not going to get abandoned, then nor anything else like that. Okay, I'm just literally just going to take a hiatus. This and just taking a break from the Puppets of Fun podcast for right now, and just try to see about focusing on some video making in general with some of these puppets here. Here, we'll be doing like another cover or doing some wacky skits or just basically do a YouTube short with these puppets here, okay? But and also, so uh, one of the people that I basically also talked to about, like they gave me a suggestion on about having puppets to do like basically like uh, why don't you have your puppets do basically see about uh, why not just have your puppets do like some kind of like a broadcast cast going on. No, like why not just have your puppets like talk about the weather or talk about like talking about sports or anything else like that. And I literally haven't thought about it, but after hearing the people suggesting to me about it, I feel like I want to see about giving that a shot. uh, because I did a lot of puppetry on doing a lot of commercial stuff going on. So and not only that, but I also did a lot of like puppet up. I did a lot of puppetry on a cappella style for a lot of different songs and stuff like that from the different artists from the movies and musicals and stuff like that. But it wouldn't hurt for me to maybe see about trying to expanding a little bit more and just basically just try to see about doing like a puppet skit where the puppets are on a puppet news flash and talking about like a certain things about talking about the weather and then do some puppet shenanigans against here. So I'm gonna see about trying to doing that and see how well the whole thing turns out. It's out for sure. But other than that, like I said before in the beginning of this live stream here, that due to like the lot of technical difficulties with Streamlabs that I had to use for my podcast, this of episode 3, and apparently it didn't go so well. A lot of technical difficulties and stuff like that. But I'm basically just gonna take a break from. I'm literally and absolutely gonna try to take a break from the Puppets of Fun podcast for right now. It and and I also like I said before that I'm not gonna basically abandon the podcast in general. I'm not gonna try to put it. I'm not gonna put the podcast into cancellation here and there. So I'm basically not doing that. That for sure. Yeah, I'm just basically gonna take a hiatus this and just taking a break from the Puppets of On podcast for right now. And and probably the next couple of days or so, ever plan to do, if I do plan to do a proper and more less technical difficulty of my Puppets of On podcast, this, and if I do have like enough energy to do another Puppet this of On podcast or try to bring back the Puppet this of On podcast is back right now, then hopefully it'll be a lot more better, and hopefully you guys will get a much better podcast, than from like yesterday here and there. But for right now, I'm just basically gonna try to take a hiatus this from the Puppets of On podcast here and there for sure. But if I do have like enough energy to see about doing and try to do like if I have like enough energy to basically just try to do like another the Puppets of podcast or something like that. Yeah, but other than that right now, I'm basically gonna take a hiatus from the Puppets of Fun podcast here, okay? That's all I'm gonna say to you guys. I'm not gonna cancel the Puppets of Fun podcast. I'm just gonna be taking a break from it. Yeah, yeah. So just try to please to understand what I'm trying to say to you. I'm not basically gonna try to cancel the podcast. This for sure. Sure, I'm not gonna try to like cancel it or do anything else with it. I'm just basically just gonna take a break from the podcast, this and just focus on making some videos and YouTube shorts here and there. Hopefully, if I do have enough energy to hopefully bring back the puppet, this fun podcast, then hopefully I would definitely try to do a much proper podcast with a much better streaming app. For sure, a much better streaming application for sure. But other than that, I think that's basically about it. And and again, I hope that you guys can totally understand what I had to say to you guys and stuff like that. So please try to understand and just try to have some patience with me. And I'm gonna try my best to like and hopefully I'm gonna try my best to give you guys much proper podcasts for my Puppets of On podcast. Yes, for you guys, but just try to have some patience with me and try to understand what I'm saying to you. I'm just basically gonna try to like take a break from the podcast itself here and there for sure. So and also so sorry if you hear noises in the background here and there for sure. I do apologize about that. But also I just wanted to at least just say thank you for at least subscribing to my YouTube channel and for you guys to be watching some of my videos on my YouTube channel and stuff like that. So I appreciate of your guys' love and support here and there and stuff like that. So I do want to at least just say thank you to everybody here and there. I like to be honest, I've been trying really hard to like to give you guys such wonderful content and some wonderful entertainment. And so far it's been a struggle for me on not only for like my main YouTube channel, but and let's just say that the other reason why I just feel like the past couple of months and now this particular month has been honestly it's just been so freaking busy right now. No, because I had to do a lot of errands with my parents for a little bit. I had to help my mom out with a lot of things going on, and sure enough, I literally and absolutely like had to take a break from YouTube just to focus on my health, but also try to focus on my parents' health and try to like help them out of running a couple of errands and help them out as much as I can right now. So there's just been a lot of stuff that's been happening lately. So so let's just say that like as of right now, I know I said this over and over again, yeah, but I'm basically going to take a break from the Puppets of On podcast catch for sure, and just focus on making some puppetry videos, yes, and doing YouTube shorts with the puppets bits themselves here and there, stuff like that. But if you guys would like to see some wonderful content and some wonderful entertainment and very educational this stuff, then feel free to check out the links in the description box below for my main channel. And also, if you would like to see the behind the scenes on some of my puppetry videos that I had to make, then feel free to check out my backup channel called the Dan the Manly Puppet, where I basically show you guys on what's been going on how to make puppets, but also just going from like behind the camera, or in this case, like the behind the scenes it's on some of my puppetry videos that I make. So I will also be including that particular link in the description box down below. So that way you guys can hopefully subscribe to my backup channel. So that way you guys can hopefully check out to see on so many of like the behind the scenes stuff that I had to do for my backup channel here. Yeah, and it's a great learning experience for anybody who wants to like get involved in puppetry and try to learn on how to perform these puppets just from like just basically from like behind the camera and stuff like that. So it's gonna be it's literally both entertaining but also very educational as well, both for like my backup channel and for like my main YouTube channel here. Yeah, here for sure. So uh but or then I think that's about it right now. But I'm sorry if I'm gonna have to get this live stream stream. I'm sorry that this live stream is gonna be pretty short right now, but hopefully I will give you guys another update. They hopefully the next couple of days or probably the next week. I think so long as I'm not busy with a lot of stuff going on. But other than that, Ryan, no, I just wanted to at least just give you guys just a heads up of what's going to be going on in the month of September, and just to let you guys know. And again, I'm not canceling the podcast right now for sure. I'm just taking a hiatus and just taking a break from the podcast in general. Well, so I just need to like take a break from it before I'm ready to like try to do before I literally try to do before I literally try to bring the podcast back right now and give you guys a much proper episode 3 podcast. Okay, this is the Puppet Savant here. Here, okay. So the only thing I just want to ask you guys is just try to understand, but also please try to have some patience with me, me for sure. And with that, I want to at least just say thank you, and I do hope that all of you guys will have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and stuff like that. But if any of you guys would like to see some more puppetry stuff right here onto my YouTube channel for both entertainment and educational stuff, then feel free to check out the links in the description box down below. I am, of course, in Daniel Tammons, and have a wonderful day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.